Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's video. Today is Sunday, November the 27th. It's the last day of Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you had a terrific Thanksgiving, that you were surrounded by family and loved ones, and that you did not eat too much. I was surrounded by family and loved ones, but I did eat too much. Going back, before I start today's video, on Wednesday of last week, I made a suggestion. Just a suggestion in one of my videos about how to make somebody's day on Thanksgiving. And I want to thank you. Thank you folks who actually went, hey, that's a pretty good idea. It was, wasn't it? If you missed that video, check it out. We'll put a link to it during the, what do they call it, the slide. After I say bye-bye, everybody, at the end of the video today, it'll pop up and look at it. Just watch the end of that. It's an idea that you don't have to do just on Thanksgiving, but I have found I do it every single Thanksgiving, and it blows people away. It doesn't cost a dime. So thank you very much, and I'm glad that y'all had a good time doing it. Okay, before we jump into the video, we're gonna talk with a bunch of people that have made comments, and then I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on how do you get somebody to listen to you that already knows it all. Somebody just doesn't get it, but thinks they get it. So stick around for that. And I want to mention that a couple of weeks ago, I did a video that was pulled off of YouTube. Do you remember that? Disappeared. Poof. It's because I violated the YouTube guidelines. I didn't know that I had violated them. I still disagree with their decision. But my question for you is, would you like me to do a modified version of that video to see if I can tell you what I was trying to convey in that video without getting thrown off of YouTube? Drop a comment below, because I'm thinking about, in the next couple of days, producing a video, kind of a modified version of that story that I got kicked off of YouTube, or the video got rejected from YouTube. So let me know if you would like to see that, or if you think, no, Wingman, don't do it. That's a really bad idea. All right, let's jump over to some comments right now. This is from the video I did recently called Unavoidable Trouble Ahead. Diane says, and before we get into what Diane said and some other folks, Unavoidable Trouble Ahead was about our addiction to these things, not to chihuahuas like this, but our addiction to cell phones and things with screens on it and gadgets. And it's not limited to just kids either, but the response was pretty robust, if you will. Diane said, this weekend I was in line behind a mother at an elevator. She had a stroller with a baby and about a 5-year-old on board. I watched a meltdown of the 5-year-old because she had to wait for the elevator. Sad. I feel the same social websites are programming the populace to have short attention spans and an expectation that everything will take only 15 to 20 seconds. I see it in the comment section of the people I follow. Individuals will write in and request that the person not drone on. They are not droning on. They're teaching you something. Not all concepts and nuances can be had in 15 to 20 second intervals. Amen, Diane. Couldn't agree with you more. But all of us, I think we have, there was a book that I talked about several months ago called Stolen Focus. These screens have taken our ability to pay attention away from us. They have. I don't know of anybody that says, you know what, they have had no effect on me. We get bombarded with notifications and disruptions, and we just, there's a term that I've heard recently called thought deprivation. A lot of us have, I have it, thought deprivation, because we get interrupted all the time. So, a 5-year-old had a meltdown. I think a lot of other people have a meltdown too. Look at all these comments, a lot of people. Okay, Jeff said, Wingman, there's an interesting parallel to what you said here. Years ago, before cell phones, this is a cool comment. The government's thrust was all about physical fitness and losing weight. Fast forward to the 2000s, and where's the emphasis now? On accepting everyone for who they are, regardless of the fitness level or weight. Big is beautiful. Unhealthy is beautiful. Button pushing doesn't do much to keep a person healthy or trim. My biggest fear about the future is, in the event of a third world war, this addiction to cell phones as opposed to fitness will result in an army totally unprepared to fight it. I think the Chinese have a better grasp on the situation than we do, and we will end up paying for it. Yes, we will, Jeff. Yes, we will. To think otherwise, I think, is living in denial, and I hate to live in denial. I think all of us, not just young people. I know especially young people are softer than ever. They're pastier than ever because they don't get out and get vitamin D. They don't get out in the sun. They're not as athletic as they were in our generation. And I'm not blaming the young people. I'm blaming the addiction we all have to these things. So these things can be a tremendous tool, and I love them, but only in moderation. All right, let's go down and see what else. Do Holding says, I'm suffering with a screen and video addiction in my school-aged child. Like crack, try and take it away and get a raging fit. Now try finding a mental health technology addiction expert. Very difficult to obtain help, and I am in a major city. The addiction is everywhere. It is all around us. What a tremendous babysitter these things are. I mean, think about it. For young people who, in fact, even people like me that are grandparents, you got a kid that's whiny and crying, and what do you do to shut them up? Well, you got to stop everything in your life to shut them up, and that may not even work. And you can't get done what you got to get done. So what do? Give them the iPad. Give them an iPhone. They start mashing around. Guess what? It takes care of the problem for now, but it sucks their brain away. I really believe that. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't care. I just think that we have a tremendous addiction problem, and we have no clue. The future, 10, 20, 30 years from now, then we'll see what these cell phones and screens have done to us. Let's go on down, see if we can get another one. See what's highlighted here for me. All right, RJ says, oh yeah, this is a good one. RJ says, hello, Warren. If you are so concerned about screen time, why do you spend countless hours working on screen time? If you're so concerned with humanity, would not that time be better spent at a local food bank or maybe at a boys' club, spending those video hours with youth that are in need of human contact and interaction with a man of supposed wisdom? Wow. RJ, thank you for watching the video, but I respectfully suggest that you totally missed the nuance, totally missed the context of what I am saying here. I'm not getting mad at young people. I'm not. And I am not addicted to these things. I see the addictive power, and I enjoy getting on the internet. But I don't look at stupid stuff. I don't think I do. I try to enrich my brain with things that I don't know about. That's just me. It's fun to just kind of go off into Never Never Land, I guess, and let the world pass us by. And that's what I think happens to too many people, not just young people. Yes, we need to volunteer at boys' clubs and churches and everywhere we can to get involved with youth. It's hard. I know it's hard because it takes that four-letter word, T-I-M-E. I used to say all the time, I used to end my radio shows by saying, remember, the way a child spells love is T-I-M-E. Time, it's our time. And it's hard because we don't have enough of it because these computers and everything has sucked our time away from us. All right, so how do you get somebody who doesn't get it to get it? How do you do that? When I used to do radio, talked about it a second ago, when I used to do radio, I was even more animated, more passionate than I am today. And I would kind of go on yelling sprees and rah, 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 rah. I felt really good doing it. It's just a friend of mine, a real friend, a true friend, not somebody that says, man, I love your show. But somebody said, I love your show, but I love you more. And you may want to think again about how you handle people. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she said, Alan, if somebody is blind, how do you get them to see? I'm like, what? If they're blind, you don't yell at them for being blind. You take them by the hand, you help them. You don't yell at people because they don't see the way you see. You try to back up. You try to give them experiences. I believe wisdom comes from living. Wisdom comes from experiences. What do you think? If we yell at people, they instantly shut down. It makes us feel really good. You see it all the time on talk radio, these talking heads, right? And I've got my favorites, but it's like they don't listen. They don't listen. They just have their canned speech, and both of them, and there's no real true dialogue going on. We have to, I believe, in my opinion, we have to start listening more. Stop yelling. We have to help these people have experiences. If the only experience kids have is this thing, how do they know how beautiful the out of doors is? How do they know how nature works? They don't. growing a garden or taking care of an animal like kids do at FFA. And I love FFA. That teaches real life lessons, but it takes time. And we don't yell at people to get them. And you know what? Thank you for yelling at me. I'm going to go ahead and change my opinion. It doesn't work that way. So that friend of mine told me to change my approach. And I've tried. I've tried to mellow out a little bit, make some suggestions as to what people might do. Will they do it? Probably not. But I think if we can give people experiences, the people that need to see kind of the way we see, give them experiences, they will learn that pride does come with hard work. Hard work involves sacrifice and possibly failing. And the results aren't always instantaneous, but they give such a sense of pride. There's something about hard work that is valuable. And I think that we are missing it. So that's my story, as I say, and I am sticking to it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Again, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And click on the link at the end of this video. If you want to make somebody feel good, you're going, what can I do? I hope you do. Watch the end of the video that I'm going to put up on the screen. Just watch the end of it. I have a suggestion. Doesn't cost any money. It will take you about 2 minutes, and you will make somebody feel so good. More importantly, you will feel even better. Drop a comment below. Let me know where you think wisdom comes from. If you have a question or a topic about camping, RVing, maybe life in general. If you think that I should or shouldn't go back to why YouTube rejected my video and gave me a spanking and said, you know, you violated our guidelines. If you think I ought to go over and talk about that, tell you more, let me know that as well. Drop it in the comments below. Thank you for being a subscriber. If you would, give this a thumbs up, share it on social media with your family and friends, and maybe even some young people who you think might need a little bit of wingman wisdom. Now, this is not just my wisdom, but if you read the comments, you're going to find out there's a lot of people here that are very, very smart and very, very wise. So share wingman wisdom with them if you would. Thank you again for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.